Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So today I want to talk about Bitcoin's cycle top. And I believe it is coming. Right now Bitcoin is going sideways, but it always does this. It always consolidates and gets ready for the next leg up when it's going sideways. And that is exactly what we're seeing. So how high can Bitcoin get, and why do I feel like the top is near? Well, let's discuss. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news article and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, guys. I hope you guys are feeling good. You know what? Market's a little stagnant today, I know, but a lot of altcoins are coming up. VeChain is going up. Solana is going up. Avalanche is going up, right? So there are some movement, but Bitcoin is still going sideways at this point in time. It dropped back down to about 64.2 last night, or this morning it was about 66. Really no apparent reason why it dropped, but you could see if you zoom out a little bit, we're pretty sideways, right? We're going sideways. But this always happens right before a huge leg up. You'll notice that this always happens, right? Like over here, sideways. I mean, you could say it's a downtrend, but it's really it's going sideways. Over here too, you could see that it's going sideways, and it does look like Bitcoin. You know, the volatility is gone, right? Look at the previous volatility. These big drops, right? These are like 20% drops. We had so many of them, and these are smaller, about 10-15% drops. All the volatility is gone these days. It's like people are complaining about 2-3% drops. But man, if you look at what we went through before versus now, things are just looking so much calmer. And actually, I think this is better. This is actually better. And in case, I was a little bored this morning. And I know people always panic whenever they see, Bitcoin drop 2% or whatever. Just to remind you guys, I was looking at some of my old videos. This one is back in June, so about 5 months ago. And this was when Bitcoin fell down to about 32,000, right? Remember back, I don't know if some of you guys remember, just about 4 or 5 months ago, Bitcoin was hovering at 30-something thousand. And at that time, people will give an arm or a leg for Bitcoin to climb back up to 64,000, okay? So just to put things into perspective, that we are doing just fine. And if you want to go back just a little bit further, I found another video from September of 2020 when Bitcoin fell a staggering 20%, okay? From September, that was at 12,000 peak, fell down below 10,700. And yeah, it was bleak then. But again, putting it into perspective, this is about a year ago. Bitcoin is now 6x higher, 600%. Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you guys this, yeah, we have short-term memories when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto, especially those of us that check the portfolio like every single second. Yes, I know, but if you just take a second and realize how far we've come, it is quite amazing. And it is still early. Right, so now, what about the cycle top? Bitcoin's at 64,000. Why is it not at 98,000 yet, right? We know, I've covered Plan B, 98,000 by end of November. Is he going to be wrong? Most feel like it's impossible for Bitcoin to go up about 50% in the remaining 2 weeks, right? But just last night, I talked about it. Tesla did it. Tesla did it last month. Why can't Bitcoin? But also, a lot of the TA guys out there is looking at the technical side to Bitcoin and where it is now, and they're all coming to the same conclusion that Bitcoin is about to break higher. In fact, there's a bull flag that has formed, and it shows that Bitcoin is going to go higher. Now, that is according to one analyst. What about another analyst like TechDev? This is what I use for the thumbnail. Well, he's also using TA on a longer scale. And again, comparing all major indicators like RSI, stochastic RSI, RVI, and also something else where he labels it cycle top and cycle low according to this nifty color chart. And if you look at all of these cycles, all these years, we're nowhere near top right now. We're nowhere near top, right? And these last few months of these last few cycles have all went up very, 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 very ferociously upwards, exponentially upwards, moonshot upwards, right? And we haven't seen that lately because we've been so sideways, right? So again, this calm before the storm, I believe that is where we are right now. Bitcoin is right at the previous peak, and it looks like it is getting ready to form these new highs. So I'm looking forward to it. Another analyst, CryptoBurb, he's very well respected on Twitter, and he's a TA guy, and he also says the same thing. Now, I remember CryptoBurb back in the day because he did call about 30,000 to be a low for Bitcoin, and this was back when things were looking bleak. I remember him from back in the day, but I did see this today, and just like Plan B, he is very, very bullish, and he believes that Bitcoin will be at 100,000 in the next couple of weeks. And that aligns with you-know-who. Plan B, calling 98,000 by the end of November, right? This is how Bitcoin has to move, basically. Where we are right now versus where it needs to be by the end of November and where it's going to head in December. So will he be right? Is he an ultra whale or an alien or a time traveler, and he could just make things happen or see things happen, right? Maybe. But we have a couple weeks left. Let's see what happens. I'm waiting for it. I believe we will get that tremendous up, even if not in November and December. I mean, I've lived through a couple of these guys. I lived through 2013, 2014. That's when I first entered. I saw how crazy Bitcoin went up in 2013. I actually got in at the tail end of 2013. I got into mining and got out in 2014. I was in early 2017, saw what it did at the end of the year into 2018. So I've lived through two of these, and I'm looking forward to my third one. And I believe we're right there. We're right at a cusp before a huge move upwards. So get ready. Now, what are other things that's happening today? Today's a pretty light news day, I'll tell you that. For example, Marathon decided to raise $500 million in convertible notes. Why? Because they want to buy more Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners. Well, that's not a surprise. Marathon and Rise stock has been doing really well recently because of Bitcoin's rise, right? And also profits are through the roof and stuff like that. So they're taking a page from MicroStrategy's playbook. That's okay, right? So we have that going on. According to the Independent, Bitcoin's creator, Satoshi, if we knew who he was, right, and he actually withdrew all his Bitcoin, which we know he will not do, but according to the current price right now, he is already the 15th richest person in the world, placing him around, 73 billion. Okay, and as Bitcoin gets larger and larger and larger, you know what? Satoshi is going to become the world's richest man in the near future. So that's pretty amazing. For someone or a group of people to create a digital currency from their homes, and now it is becoming the new store value, the new digital gold, and the one thing that everyone wants, right? Quite amazing. Other things like the Bitcoin hash rate continues to go up. Now it is nearing the top, the previous top that was back in May. It's getting up there, right? But you could see, again, the volatility has disappeared. Even before, back in November 2020, going all the way until May of this year, you could see large spikes up and down. That is no longer the case. Now you could see just slow and steady trend upward ever since the exodus from China, right? The miners are getting smarter. They're not selling off anymore. They're not turning off their rigs. They're just mining and adding more and more. So it's a slow and steady up. We're getting to near the top. Also, this is a brand new chart I've never shown before. I found this today. Bitcoin Lightning nodes. A lot of you guys are very in tune with Lightning and how it's helping Bitcoin become a payment system, right? That could be used day to day. Well, look at this. It just keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher too. So this is also very positive for Bitcoin overall. All right, now what else? A couple of NFT stuff I'll just get into. On CryptosRUs, we wrote this article about the very first country in Barbados. They have put a virtual embassy inside Decentraland. That's pretty amazing. Decentraland, of course, is a metaverse. It's a virtual world. And now you have a country that actually has an embassy inside the metaverse. So think about that, right? There's already sponsors and brands that's in there, right? That bought up land and they're just using it for advertisement. But now we're going beyond that. So that's kind of interesting, right? Let's see who's go follow. Also, Cody. A lot of you guys are familiar with Cody, a payment network. Very, very in tune with Cardano. But look at this. There's a new partner, right? And they're going to implement ADA Pay and make it possible for users to pay with their ADA tokens. And this is the NFT and smart contracts, right? So this is why I think Cody will do well in the future, because they are, not only they're a standalone project, but they're very, very, very hooked up with Cardano, especially with Cardano Pay or ADA Pay, right? So I think that they're going to be doing fine in the future when Cardano finally decides to move. When a DEX is out and smart contracts is working, right? Also, I covered Wax yesterday. Wax is actually the number 2 in terms of L1s, number 2 NFT blockchain, or number 2 in sales when it comes to L1 blockchains. Let me rephrase that, right? So behind Ethereum is actually Wax. It's not Solana. It's not Avalanche. It's Wax. So 3 big toy companies. Mattel, with Hot Wheels, Funko, and Hasbro, they all partnered up with Wax to come out with exclusive NFT stuff and games. A lot of popular playground games are also on top of Wax. So that is why they have been doing very, very well recently. All right, lastly, since we're talking about NFTs, I got to show my own. I am George NFT. It is coming. This next one is coming to a conclusion. There's about 12 hours left, so it'll be after tonight's stream. But this one is dedicated to Ethereum. For those of you guys that love Ethereum mining and Ethereum, you may want to check this one out. All right, other than that, you know what? Today, like I said, Bitcoin is kind of going sideways. The market is going sideways, but you still have some good movers, right? Some altcoins are in the green. Shiba's in the green today, maybe because they got added on Gemini, and there's rumors that Kraken will add them next. But, you have some greens across the board. Crypto.com is doing particularly well today. Also, VChain is doing very well today, so I'm glad to see that. And you scroll down the list. It varies up and down, right? All right, let's do some Q&A. All right. Let me scroll up. Tyler says, I recently bought in your store a Polygon water bottle. You have great merchandise. Appreciate it, Tyler. Appreciate your support. Jose says, George is Plan A. I shouldn't rename my Twitter Plan A or something. All right, well, what is there? If Plan B is wrong, surely we could just ignore him, right? But why, though? Why? He made some great predictions, but he's the founder of Stock to Flow. Here's the thing. Even if he's off, Okay, I know I put a lot of emphasis on his prediction. A lot of people do too. And a lot of people want him to be wrong because they're somehow jealous or something. Even if he is wrong, and we don't hit 98,000 in November, let's say we hit it in December, right? So freaking what? He's providing information out there free of charge, right? He's getting people educated, making them stay in the game. I don't know why there's like so many people that's trying to hate on him or hate on his predictions, right? It's like, you know what? He's doing this for a better community, so I'm going to support him even if he is wrong. I'm still going to bring up stock to flow. That is something that's going to be hard to invalidate. Stock to flow has been pretty darn accurate over the years, right? Eventually it'll be invalidated, but still, it's a good long-term model of where Bitcoin is going with the halving events calculated. CNA, thanks for valuable insight. Can't wait to transact real estate and BTC from Celine, the Vancouver realtor. I can't wait too. I really want to pay my next house in Bitcoin if I can, right? Like I would love to see that happen, but it seems, and I've been told that blockchain is perfectly suited for real estate with all the paperwork and all the stuff that needs to happen, right? So yeah. Good day, everyone. Metaverse is a state of euphoric irrationality. Just like EV rally, interest will fade as quickly as it came. Well, that may be true, Lars, except for Tesla. Tesla is not a fad. It's not going to go away, and they are only getting bigger. So I could say that Rivian, you know, their $100 billion plus market cap, I could see you make an argument with that, but not with someone like Tesla. Although I do feel like, you know, they're very overvalued too because their market cap is bigger than all automakers combined. That's how big they are. So, I mean, maybe you still have a point there. All right, let me make sure what else I didn't miss. BTC 2021 chart, 1 year time frame on CoinMarketCap. Wyckoff from January to May, Wyckoff from July to September. Are we in the middle of the third last distribution? Christian, I don't play with a lot of faith in Wyckoff. Okay, I know that it looks similar, but people kept utilizing it and changing time frames to try to make it fit. I just don't buy it, right? What happened in May was China kicked out miners. That's the simple explanation, right? You had Elon FUD that was spread in there, and you had a whole bunch of miners that had to sell off because they needed to move out of China. It was as simple as that. So I don't put a lot of faith into Wyckoff at all. Jeff, appreciate it. Has Plan B as a guest. I would like to have him on, although I don't do a lot of interviews. But yeah, if he wants to come on, I would love to. Do you think having over 22 coins in my portfolio is crazy? No. There's a lot of good coins out there. There's a lot of great projects, right? And being diversified, I think it works. So as long as you do research and you can keep up with the ones that you're holding, there's nothing wrong with that. Any ideas on Chainlink? I'm hearing a lot of Chainlink CCIP, their new bridge, and how projects want to utilize it. So I think they're really, really in a good spot. They're in a good spot. Sent a super chat about RMRK last week. It has nearly tripled since. Okay. Let's see. Eternal liquid, forward compatible, nested, conditional, and multi-resource NFTs. What is Remark? A set of NFT Legos that are standalone but allow NFT creators to build a set of arbitrary complexity when putting them together. A set of standards on Kusama blockchain make NFTs. A set of... Okay. I still don't get it. It's like programmable NFTs. Something like that. They call themselves Lego NFTs. I don't quite get it. The price may have gone up, but is it sustainable? I'm not so sure. What are you more bullish on right now, Cardano or Solana? Equally. I hold a substantial in both. Luckily, I got in Cadena pretty early. I've shared it with you guys, and I got in Solana very early too. So I like both. And you know what? Solana is like a safe big cap play right now. Solana's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna stay probably in the top 5 forever now, right? So let's just continue to tread up. I don't expect Solana to be super, super, super bullish at this point because of how large they are, right? There is a limitation on how high they can get versus Bitcoin because of the market cap, right? But someone like Cadena is much smaller, so I think their multiplier potential is higher. But doesn't mean that it will happen, but they have been doing very well. But there's many others in this space that I hold a lot of. All right, last few things. Let's see. I don't like Monero. I don't like privacy coin. Pure privacy coins I don't like. If plan-based predictions are based off reduction in supply, why is supply variable given so much value when demand is more impactful? Because if demand is even flat, okay? If demand is flat, supply decreases, that's a positive. Even if demand decreases, but supply decreases more than demand, that's more impactful. So I think that's right. I think supply is a good, good indicator, I guess. Do you think Theta will be used in the metaverse? Yeah, they're already going in that space. They're just kind of slow with NFTs and metaverses, but they're already in that space already. And boring times accumulate. That's right, Corey. That's right. Do you think Calao? I don't know of that project. Never heard of it before. Did you hear Coinbase Pro messed up on the Mac? It won't load unless you do 200% zoom. Okay, I don't use Coinbase Pro or Coinbase, so you don't need to share that information. Harmony One is another great one with huge potential, and they are doing really well. So I've supported Harmony for a while, so I do like them. R checkmark. Will altcoins pump or drop when Bitcoin rips? Usually, if Bitcoin rips, altcoins will stay steady, but when it rips really, really hard, they will actually go down because liquidity, everyone's selling off altcoins to buy Bitcoin. But 2021 is different. We haven't really seen that. We saw a little bit for like a few weeks, and then it just reverted back, right? So altcoins are definitely here to stay. There's a lot of people using them. A lot of value locked into DeFi and yield farms. So even if Bitcoin rips, I don't anticipate a lot of people just go all, unstake from the yield farms and all switch to BTC, right? So it may be different this cycle. So I guess we won't know. That's why I just say no one knows. Just be diversified. Hold a good amount of Bitcoin, up to 50%, a good amount in altcoins, and you'll do fine in all situations. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Hey, overall, a lot of people tuned in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Overall, Bitcoin going sideways right now. It's getting ready. It's getting ready for the cycle top, right? We're in the last quarter of this last 4-year cycle. There may be a lengthening cycle that a lot of people have been talking about, but whatever's going on right now, I think good things will follow. Usually when there's a boring consolidation period like this, Bitcoin's getting ready for the next leg. And everything else I've been showing you guys, TA, fractal patterns, metrics, indicators, models, they're all indicating a lot more is to come. So stay strong, my friends, and I'll see you guys tonight. Tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.